Have you ever heard people talk about nuts for the brain? Here's what almost nobody tells you. Not your doctor, not the supplement companies selling memory boosters, and definitely not the food industry. What if the strongest support for your mind isn't in a pill, a therapy session, or even brain training games? It's hiding inside seeds, whole, natural seeds, tiny, affordable, and ignored by most people, yet backed by research that's genuinely surprising. And this next part may catch you off guard. Many older adults never hear how much these seeds can actually do. One study found that the number 3 seed in this video noticeably improved blood flow to the brain, helping protect against the exact kind of decline that can chip away at mental clarity with age. Another seed was shown to increase neuron protection, lower brain inflammation, and support communication between nerve cells. And still, you won't hear a word about it on TV. Why? Because it works extremely well and costs almost nothing. So in this video, we're going to get honest about it. You're going to learn the 7 most powerful seeds to support your brain and mental clarity, ranked from the least to the most effective. They're science-backed, suitable for any age, and they can make a real difference when you add them to your daily routine. Everything you're hearing here is based on real research, and every reference is linked in the description for full transparency. Before we begin, tell me in the comments how old you are and where you're watching from. We read every single one, and you can always ask for help if you need it. All right, let's start with number 7. It's small, often overlooked, and surprisingly effective when you use it the right way. Number 7 is pumpkin seeds. If you've been dealing with frequent forgetfulness, mental fog, or trouble focusing, there's a good chance you may be low in zinc, and one of the richest natural sources of zinc in the world is pumpkin seeds. These little green seeds look simple, but they carry quiet nutritional power that matters for protecting cognitive function and improving how your brain processes information. According to a study published in the journal Nutrients, zinc is essential for communication between neurons, which your brain needs to form memories and maintain mental sharpness. When zinc levels are low, people often notice more difficulty remembering names, slower mental processing, and higher oxidative stress in the hippocampus, the small region of the brain deeply involved in memory and learning. Pumpkin seeds contain about 7 milligrams of zinc per 30 km, making them one of the most zinc-dense plant foods you can eat. But what makes them even more valuable is the way their nutrients work together. They're also rich in vitamin E, which helps reduce brain inflammation, and they provide magnesium, a mineral linked with better sleep and a lower risk of cognitive decline. A clinical research project involving more than 1,000 older adults found that increasing magnesium and zinc together noticeably supported brain function and mental clarity over several years. The best way to use pumpkin seeds is raw and unsalted. High heat roasting can damage some of their more delicate antioxidants. If you want to improve texture and digestion, try soaking them overnight, then drying them at a low temperature, or simply eat them after a very light toast. You can also grind them and sprinkle them onto oats or yogurt in the morning. And if your digestion is sensitive, pumpkin seed butter can make those nutrients easier to absorb. Just 2 tablespoons a day can add up to a meaningful difference with consistency. Now let's move to seed number 6. This one is probably already sitting in your spice rack. Number 6 is fennel seeds. If your mind often feels drained, scattered, or slightly foggy after meals, you may be dealing with low-grade inflammation triggered by poor blood sugar control. And fennel seeds can become a surprisingly helpful tool. These tiny seeds are easy to overlook, yet they contain compounds that support more than digestion. They also help protect the microvascular system, the network of tiny blood vessels that keeps the brain supplied and nourished. One of the most dangerous age-related changes in the brain is microvascular damage. When those small vessels become stiff, narrow, or partially blocked, that can quietly reduce oxygen and nutrient delivery. And over time, it can affect clarity, focus, and mental stamina. Fennel seeds are naturally rich in flavonoids and vitamin C, a combination that works together to fight oxidative stress and ease pressure inside delicate brain vessels. According to a study published in a pharmacology journal, fennel seed extract helped improve cerebral blood flow and vascular pressure in models showing early signs of vascular decline. Even more encouraging, researchers observed that its antioxidant activity reduced neuronal damage in as little as 2 weeks of use. Fennel seeds also contain anethole, a plant compound known for anti-inflammatory effects that has been linked to reduced brain inflammation and clearer thinking. A simple way to use fennel seeds is to steep 1 teaspoon in hot water and drink it as a gentle infusion after meals. Some people also chew raw fennel seeds for freshness and the added benefits. However you take them, consistency is the key. Think small daily amounts, not occasional use. Now we move to seed number 5, and this is one you've likely eaten before, but often in the wrong form. Number 5 is sunflower seeds. You've probably had sunflower seeds as a snack or sprinkled on a salad, but most people eat them roasted, heavily salted, and stripped of many of their best nutrients. For adults, over 60 raw sunflower seeds can be a powerful everyday food for lowering brain inflammation, especially when the goal is preserving cognitive function. These are the functions that support your memory, your attention, and your ability to learn. With age, these can decline faster when free radicals are allowed to damage neurons. Sunflower seeds are packed with vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps shield brain cells from oxidative stress. Across multiple brain health studies, adequate vitamin E intake, especially when paired with other supportive nutrients, has been shown to help maintain cognitive function and reduce the risk of mental decline in people who are at higher risk. Sunflower seeds also provide selenium, zinc, and copper, 3 essential minerals that work quietly in the background to protect brain tissue, support mental clarity, and reduce the vulnerability of the brain's blood vessels. The key to getting the full benefits from sunflower seeds is choosing them raw and unsalted. Just a small handful a day, about 30 kg, can deliver close to half of your daily vitamin E needs. You can blend them into smoothies, sprinkle them over plain Greek yogurt, or stir them into oatmeal. Now let's move to seed number 4. This one supports brain function and helps manage blood sugar at the same time. Number 4 is chia seeds. If you're over 60 and you notice cloudy thinking after meals, trouble focusing, or you feel unusually sensitive to mental fatigue, the issue may not be your brain itself. It may be your blood sugar. When blood sugar rises too quickly after eating, it can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. That's one reason so many people experience fogginess, forgetfulness, and mental tiredness, and assume it's just normal aging. But it doesn't have to be. Chia seeds are among the most effective natural blood sugar stabilizers you can add to your diet. They're packed with soluble fiber that swells in the stomach and slows the digestion of carbohydrates. That means fewer glucose spikes, less inflammation, and steadier mental energy across the day. But here's what most people don't realize. Chia seeds are also extremely rich in a plant-based omega-3 called ALA. Your brain depends on omega-3 fats to work properly. In fact, more than 60% of the brain is made of fat, and without enough omega-3, cell membranes become less flexible. Communication between neurons slows down, and memory can start to slip. A study published in a clinical nutrition journal found that people who regularly consumed omega-3 from plant sources such as chia seeds showed better cognitive function and a lower risk of age-related mental decline. Chia seeds also contain powerful antioxidants, including chlorogenic acid and quercetin, which help protect brain cells from oxidative damage. The best way to use chia seeds is to soak them. Take 1 tablespoon of chia, add it to a glass of water or plant milk, and let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. By morning, the seeds will have absorbed the liquid and formed a thick gel that's easy to digest. You can eat it on its own, mix it into yogurt or oats, or blend it into smoothies. Now we reach seed number 3, and this is where things get especially interesting. Number 3 is hemp seeds. If your mind doesn't feel as sharp as it used to, if simple recall feels harder, or if your mood has been lower lately, your brain may be signaling that it needs one specific nutrient that many people don't get enough of: magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for brain performance, and it's also one of the most common deficiencies in older adults. It helps regulate more than 300 chemical reactions in the body, including those involved in mood, memory, and sleep. Hemp seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of magnesium you can find. Just 3 tablespoons provide nearly half of your daily needs. But it's not only about magnesium. Hemp seeds are also loaded with complete protein, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your brain uses to build key neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, all deeply connected to mood, motivation, and calm. Hemp seeds also contain gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA, a special type of omega-6 fat with anti-inflammatory properties, unlike other omega-6 fats that may encourage inflammation. GLA can actually lower it, especially in the brain. That's critical, because ongoing brain inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of memory decline and reduced mental clarity over time. One of the best things about hemp seeds is how effortless they are to use. You don't need to soak them, cook them, or grind them. You simply sprinkle them over salads, oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Many people report sharper focus, better sleep, and a calmer mind within 1 to 2 weeks of consistent use. Now we reach seed number 2. In many ancient cultures, this one was seen as a symbol of brain longevity. But before we reveal it, you need to understand why these seeds work so well together. This is not about eating one seed and waiting for a miracle. It's about giving your brain a range of nutrients that work in synergy to protect, repair, and energize your neurons from multiple angles. Each seed we've covered so far plays a different role. Some calm inflammation, others support healthy blood flow, some stabilize blood sugar, and others feed brain cells more directly. Together, they create a powerful defense against age-related mental decline. Number 2 is fenugreek seeds. If your mind often feels slow, you get irritable more easily, or you notice your clarity fading, especially in the late afternoon, your blood sugar may be quietly harming the tiny connections inside your brain. Fenugreek seeds could be the natural support you didn't realize you needed. These small golden seeds have been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science is finally catching up. In a study published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, daily fenugreek supplementation was shown to help lower blood glucose levels and significantly reduce oxidative stress in the brain. That matters because high glucose can lead to glycation, a process where sugar molecules attach to proteins in the brain and slowly damage them over time. This contributes to brain fog, memory issues, and faster cognitive decline. Fenugreek seeds are also rich in specific antioxidants found in brain tissue. These antioxidants help absorb blue light stress and protect your neurons from the daily wear and tear of modern life. Most older adults don't get enough of these compounds, especially when their diet is heavy in processed foods, and that leaves the brain more exposed to faster aging. For the best results with fenugreek, soak 1 teaspoon in water overnight. Then drink the water on an empty stomach the next morning. You can also grind the seeds into a fine powder and add it to soups or stews. Some people lightly toast them to soften the bitter taste, but the raw, soaked version is usually the most effective. And now we reach seed number 1, the most powerful seed for long-term brain support. Number 1 is flax seeds. You've probably heard flax is good for digestion or heart health, but what many people don't realize is how strongly it supports the brain, the neurons, and the connections between nerve cells. Flax seeds may be the single most important seed on this entire list for protecting long-term cognitive function. What makes flax so unique is its extremely high level of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Your body uses ALA to produce DHA, the structural fat your brain relies on. When DHA is low, neuron membranes can become thinner and less resilient. Mental responsiveness drops, and memory can begin to fade. A study published in a clinical nutrition journal found that older adults who ate diets high in ALA had a noticeably lower risk of developing advanced cognitive decline. Flax seeds also help lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation in the tiny capillaries that feed the brain. These small vessels are fragile and more likely to be damaged, especially when blood sugar or blood pressure stays high. When they become inflamed, blood flow can drop, which may show up as cloudy thinking or more serious memory problems. Flax helps by calming that inflammatory response and adding a protective layer to the blood vessels. But there's one important detail. Whole flax seeds are difficult to break down, and you won't absorb the key nutrients unless the seeds are ground. Always choose ground flaxseed and use it fresh. You can stir 1 tablespoon into yogurt, blend it into a smoothie, or sprinkle it over oatmeal. Avoid cooking it at high heat, because that can damage the oils. Keep it in the refrigerator so it stays fresh. Now you may be wondering how to combine all 7 seeds into one simple daily meal for maximum brain support, steadier blood sugar, and long-term mental strength without making it complicated. Here's the good news. You don't need multiple meals or fancy recipes. You can build one simple, powerful breakfast that gives your body what your brain has been asking for. Start with a small bowl of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt or kefir. That gives you a creamy base with healthy fats and probiotics that help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like omega-3 and vitamin E. Add 1 tablespoon of fresh ground flaxseed. Then mix in 1 teaspoon of chia gel that you soaked overnight. Now add a small spoonful of raw pumpkin seeds. After that, add a pinch of fennel seeds, lightly crushed so they blend easily. Then add half a teaspoon of black cumin seeds to support circulation and healthy blood vessels. Next, take 1 teaspoon of soaked fenugreek seeds, drain them, and mix them in. Their bitterness becomes much milder once they're combined with the yogurt. Sprinkle in hemp seeds for magnesium and healthy fats, and finish with a teaspoon of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds for vitamin E and zinc. If you prefer a sweeter version, add a few slices of fresh mango or a handful of blueberries, both of which are also rich in antioxidants. And just like that, you have an easy, flavorful, brain-supporting meal built around the 7 seeds your mind needs. You'll feel more focused, more energized, and most importantly, you'll be giving your brain real support backed by science. Make this a consistent habit, because this isn't just breakfast. It's a way of rebuilding your mental clarity, 1 spoonful at a time. And if you've made it this far, you're not like most people. You're taking brain health seriously, and that's exactly what it takes to care for your mind in your 60s, your 70s, and beyond. Every seed we shared today is supported by real research, real outcomes, and real hope. These aren't supplements, and they aren't gimmicks. They're simple, powerful, everyday foods that can nourish your brain, support cognitive function, and help protect the mental clarity many people only realize they've lost when it's already too late. The truth is, many people lose their sharpness a little more each year and never understand why. It's not only age, it's missing nutrients, chronic inflammation, and reduced blood flow. And the best part is, you can begin changing that today, right in your own kitchen. Start with just 1 seed, build the habit, and then add the next. Over time, your body will thank you, and your mind will feel it. Clearer days, sharper focus, less fatigue, and fewer worries. Now tell us in the comments which seed you're going to try first this week. We're reading and replying to every comment, and we truly want to hear from you. To keep learning about brain health, choose one of the videos you see on the screen next.